Hanjo-san. This is essentially the same method I use for testing all of my stones. This is a free door Hinkles model number 451. I use Kapton tape, and this is a King 1000 grit stone, which I'm going to use as a bevel setting stone. So the scratch pattern should represent a 1000 grit stone. So I have my computer here. We can view the image from my microscope. And I do have a switch on my microscope here that allows me to switch the viewing from the binocular headset to my computer. I just need to so this is magnified at about 315 power. Here's what the scratch pattern looks like from the King. So you can see the scratches go right up to the very edge of the razor, and there's a very toothy edge. So my goal is to remove that and replace these scratches with a scratch pattern from the Nakayama stone, which I have down here. So I'll replace the King, set that aside. Here's the Nakayama. In this example, I'm using this stone. This is number 9. It's a very large, heavy bench stone. And I have a worn out diamond plate that I use for raising a slurry. I could use a Tomonagra, but for testing purposes, I want all the grit to come from the base stone, not from an alternate grit source. So I'm going to remove all the scratches from the King. So this was a total of 21 strokes after the King bevel setter. I have a water bath here for rinsing my stones out. So I'm going to put the Hinkle back in the stage of the microscope. And we start out with that full scratch pattern. That is very distinct. And now Here's how our blade is looking right now. You can see the shadow of those diagonal scratches from the king. They become fainter and really just look more like a shadow at this stage than a deep dark scratch. But you can see how many of the 1000 grit scratches are gone. I'm going to go down to the base of the bevel. You can still see them a little bit more distinctly down here. But pretty much they're all gone. And here's our edge, and you can see how straighter it is and more refined. Let me focus in. There we go. Okay, so the idea is to replace those deeper diagonal scratches from the king with these shallower scratches from the Japanese natural stone. Okay, so we'll just take the razor again, go down to the natural stone, and we'll just work this a little bit more. I'm going to do a series of circle strokes. And okay, here's the so you can see the Kasumi pattern, the hazy pattern from the Japanese natural, is taking over the full bevel now. And I'll scroll along and see if we can spot any of those 1000 grit scratches. Seems pretty clear at this point. And our edge is straightened up quite a bit. There's not that toothiness to it like there was before, but we can still clear that up a little bit more. Do a little bit more refining. And I'm going to rinse off a lot of that slurry. There's still a faint slurry on here. It's just very thin. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so that's looking very sharp at 315 power. Next thing I'm going to do is strop the razor. Let's see. Pardon my so I have here a regular leather strop. There's a little bit of water I just dripped on there just now. Okay, so that would be an average stropping session for me. Don't need to overdo it. And next thing I'm going to do is I have some hair here for hanging hair test. And I'm going to zoom in on that more. Move that out of the way. Okay, so move the light over. Hope we can see this. That pinged and came back towards my holding hand. That fell on the opposite side of the razor. That came back here. So these are HH5s. There's a few that are 4s mixed in here. But judging from past experience, this will be a very good edge to shave from. And it was easy to do. Easy to create that edge. But I use the same testing method from stone to stone. I always try to use the same type of razors. And that just took about 13 minutes to do that.